this is Entertainment Guide on DJ and TV. It's time for us to have our conversation. And of course, today on 101, I'm going to be interacting with somebody I've looked up to, somebody many of us have listened to his music and all that. And of course, lately he's been in other activities, and we'll be delving into that as well on the show. But guys, help me welcome you. Trigmatic is the guest of the show today. How are you doing, Trig?
I'm getting you.
I'm fine. I'm very excited about today because I've been looking forward to have a conversation with you. I think I grew up around Jamestown, Dansoman area there, and your music is heavily influenced in that area. So obviously, I've listened to your song several times, and of course, the Ghana dialect is not a stranger to me.
Yes.
But how are you doing? I mean, away from the music, away from showbiz.
I'm great. I'm good. I mean, sometimes it can be tiring, but I'm fine. I'm fine, yeah. God has been good.
We just had a very, very crucial elections in this country, and of course, as somebody who is in the spotlight, what do you make of the outcome of the election? Of course, the turnout of events.
I think. I mean, thank you for that question. I think once again, Ghanaians have shown that we understand democracy, and we experiment it. You know, it's not just by words. So I think we showed the rest of Africa that we are indeed the gateway, and so a lot of we thank God that we didn't turn out like other countries. Not to say that they are bad, but we've been able to tolerate each other regardless of our differences. And so for me, that was the highlight of it. I think it was when Dr. Bawumia conceded was quite timely. It's calmed the tension. And for me, that was a very bold step. That was a very selfless act and highly commendable.
Yeah, because many people didn't know that Bawumia could have chosen not to concede and wait for the right authority to come.
Yes, and that would have just dragged everything.
Exactly. And even with that, we've seen what has happened in the country so far.
Exactly.
So we are proud to be Ghanaians, and I'm still happy that when you mention a peaceful country, a leader of democracy in the region, I think Ghana is definitely on that top list.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Yeah, congratulations to each and every single person. Wherever you have to be proud to be a Ghanaian. Trey, quickly, let's talk about your music, of course. In as much as you are in diverse areas when it comes to our daily life activities. Music is something that many of us know you for. I have one of my all-time favorite songs in recent time, and I'm going to talk about that later, but music has been changing over the period. How have you tried as much as possible to adapt to the new trend of music right now?
I think I've tried as much as I can. I'm a very hard-headed person, but I've been very flexible with my music over time. My songs are quite dynamic. I believe that I try to experiment with sound. I mean, I go as wide as house music, and I'm not saying I'm a piano, I mean house, proper house, electronic house music. If you listen to my song Alikoto with Rav Gum, Rav Gam is a house DJ. Not too long ago, I was at the House Music Festival, and they were discussing, dance music. It was actually the Dance Music Festival, and it felt different, but it felt good that we can experiment all kinds of music. So for me, catching up with the trends is that, but it also doesn't mean I jump on every wagon.
You've not done a piano yet?
I have.
You have an piano song?
Yes, I have. In fact, and I did it from where it started.
From South Africa?
Yes.
I know you often travel to South Africa.
Yes, my second home, if not the first. I think, so I've done amapiano. The only, I think even with drill, I did some drill track with Suspect from Nigeria. Way before it became very commercial.
Here in Ghana?
Here in Ghana, yes. So I experiment reggae, dance hall. I think I've actually won a dance hall, most popular dance hall song before.
At the Ghana Music Awards.
I think it was at the Bays Awards. Yes, when they started. So
you tried as much as possible too. Recently, I think recent time you had an interview and you spoke about the fact that we need to try as much as possible to add our local dialects in our music.
Absolutely.
And I think many people may not agree with you because of the fact that we all want to go international and all that. Where did that narrative come from?
I mean, it's if anybody doesn't agree, it's sad.
Yeah.
You know, because to start with, Charlie, Minke Boy, Ghana Waje.
Yeah.
You know, and this is where we live.
Exactly.
No matter how much knowledge you acquire,
Yeah.
you are
And how
bound
fluent you
to
are
your,
with English.
yes, you are bound to your roots.
Yeah.
And so I love and live my African heritage.
Yeah.
I mean, we may all compromise one way or the other, find ourselves places where you have to speak a lot of English. You know, when it comes to fashion, we adopt certain cultures.
Yeah.
It's allowed.
Yeah.
But you don't have to throw
Yours away.
And the best way to promote what you have is through the vehicles that we have: film, music, you know, writing and what have you. So it's storytelling, all of that.
Yeah.
So it's a narrative that has to be out there. You see, that's why I like being in South Africa. Yes, we say they are hostile sometimes, but I love one thing about them. You take an Uber in South Africa, and the first thing the driver asks you is in Tswana, Zulu, Xhosa, or any of their languages. And they speak it with pride.
Yeah.
They speak it with pride. And so we have to get to that point. Unfortunately, we were made to believe that the more you speak vernacular, the dumber you are.
Exactly.
You know, but it's not the case. It's not true. And people have proved it. Look, go to some of the rural areas, or even ask the bankers. They will tell you the people who actually have the money in the banks.
Yeah.
They are the ones the market women and the traders.
The backbone of the economy.
Yes, they are. These are the people who trade daily. When we are asleep, there are people 5 a.m., 4 a.m. awake in the market, exchanging money with for some plantain or something.
Yeah.
So these are the people. And so we think that, oh, look, I have maybe been lucky to have traveled a few times to certain countries. The French will not compromise and say force themselves to want to. They will. Anybody that's been to France will tell you.
Yeah.
You want direction to a place, they will try and add their English, you know, even though it's bad. But you see, because we think that they are high and mighty, we don't see it the same way when you come here and I'm directing you and my tree is coming in more, or my gun is coming in more than the English. You will not think it's a big deal. But think about it, somebody who's speaking French or Spanish, you see that the English is bad, but they're directing you, they're trying to, but they speak it confidently because that's what makes them, that's who they are.
Yeah.
So that's where it came from. It's not like, you know, because, well, I've also followed that school of thought where you think that, okay, the more English you speak, or, you know, when you have some accent, and then, you know, all those things. All those things, once we grow, we unlearn them.
Yeah.
You know, we unlearn them. And so I think that be proud, you know, of who you are. I even wished we all had one language as a country, or less, or fewer languages, so that the unity will be more, we can all express ourselves very, very well. You know, it's very, very important.
Great. Although it wasn't really well embraced, I mean, the statement about speaking our local dialects in the songs, do you think our artists lack authenticity in their music in terms of the fact that they have to sound original, they have to sound Ghanaian? Because I'm not going to mention any artist name, but most of our artists look or sound like Nigerians. And even when you look at how even their melodies.
Well, it's a very dicey thing to talk about, because when you look at culture, culture has a way of sieving through people. And so you would find out that how did we, you know, people are intentional about the culture they promote. How did we suddenly think that every Asian can fight Kung Fu? You know, we were programmed to think like that through film. You know, so for Ghanaian artists sounding Nigerian, it's not by chance.
Okay.
It's because there's been an influx of their music. There's been a high influence in our system. Their film is what we watch across Africa. It's not just here. Yeah. Across Africa, I'm sure you've heard, people from Eastern Africa and Southern Africa say when you go to a club in Southern Africa or Eastern Africa and the girls are seated idle, it means the Nigerians are not there yet. So all these things is naturally they are culture bullies. Yeah. And so we have to be intentional about ours. We have to be intentional about ours. It is not by chance that our guys will sound, because that's the sound that's been accepted. Yeah. And so I wouldn't say, oh, they should continue doing it. Mm-hmm. But I can't also say, oh, you don't have to sound like this. I mean, gone are the days. I would prefer we sound Nigerian than people trying to be highly American. Okay. Trying to do hip hop, rap, and sound like very American. Yeah. We don't have a problem with that. Yeah. But the moment somebody sounding Nigerian, we think it's competitive. Our competitive spirit rises up, and we have a problem with it. We're one people. Yeah. But then, if we can try, if we can try and put, because that adds more value to ours. Yeah. It adds commercial value to it because we are selling the music, and then also you are a cultural ambassador. And so it's very important that you have a responsibility to spread to the world or wherever you find yourself, where you come from. Mm-hmm. A few months ago, this year, I performed at the Hague African Music Festival in The Hague, and I felt good because the sound is Ghanaian, the lyrics very Ghanaian, and after that, the picture session, you have people ask, what language is that? What is this? Where does this come from? If you're wearing an ahenema, those are the things. And so we have to be intentional about them. Yeah. Maybe there should be some form of reorientation, not just with the creatives, but as a people. Yeah. So that people will go out there feeling good about being Ghanaian and having that sense of promotion wherever they go. Yeah.
Because I actually asked this because of the fact that, although drill music came to Ghana, we found a way to do our very own drill, like the American thing. But with Afrobeat, we are failing to be able to carve our own niche in the Afrobeat genre, and that is the challenge.
Yeah, if you've noticed, you realize that the Ghanaian drill started from Kumasi. Yes. And the Ashantis are a bit like Nigerians. I always say that. Okay. They are very confident.
And they hold on to you.
They hold on to their own. They're very, very confident. Yeah. And so, that stems out of that. Charlie, they felt like, they can create their own kind of thing. Yeah. Why do they have to, though the sound is borrowed, which is allowed, like I said. Of course. It's very much allowed. You have jazz musicians everywhere, but it didn't start with that. But let's not forget that I believe that most sounds, if not every kind of music, started from us as a race, as a black race. Oh, really? Because we own the drums. Yes. We have the instruments. So I believe, I want to touch some people's buttons to say that almost every genre will find its origin here in Africa. Wow. So let's not just say maybe it's just borrowed and it's borrowed. Yeah. But then they've done well by maintaining who they are. Now you can, have your drill music and speak your tree in it. And I pray that we'll get some Ghana rappers doing some Ave. But let's not even branch into tribalism. Yeah. It's very good that they're doing, and they're performing in the States. Yeah. They're performing in Europe. They're
having tours.
Yes, they're having tours. So tell me that that's not international.
That is. We wish to have something like that with the Afrobeat genre, because it looks like Afrobeat that is the take the Niger thing.
No, it's just the team is saying they like I said, they need to be intentional. Yeah. Sometimes when money comes to play, you are forced to do what the people will buy because you for chop.
And the DSPs are also there.
The DSPs are also there. So the moment
In order to get into these playlists
yeah,
and stuff.
then Charlie, you have to, because
It's
maybe I'll
hard.
play some, the moment I play some Joe Boy,
Yeah.
I have to, then I can play, like I always say, this guy, Olive the Boy.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Like, it took me time to believe that he was Ghanaian. You know, I argued it out. You know, I argued with somebody and the person said, no, so if I didn't know, and that's the downside.
Yeah.
The good thing is commercially, it will be accepted.
Yeah, the DJ and cool.
I heard a Camido sound,
Yes.
and I was going crazy. I love that song.
Which
but
one?
It's not a song that he promotes. Stuff with ilele.
The
I don't know
song.
the title, but yo.
I think it's
Let
Hot
me follow
Pursuit.
me, Hot Pursuit.
Camilo's my guy.
I played every day.
He did that one performance at the TGM. It was massive.
Look, that song
introduction
is very spiritual.
Very, very spiritual. You get that goosebumps when
So you see that anytime you are singing something at home,
exactly.
there's that spiritual connection.
Even if you're in abroad, you're working,
and
you play
hear,
the songs,
exactly.
you have that connection that way.
Exactly.
But you know, the most difficult aspect of the whole thing is staying relevant in this time. I mean, and staying authentic in whatever you are doing.
Yeah.
I know it's very challenging because the trends keep changing all the time, but you have been able to try as much as possible to blend in. And I think we would like to know how you've been able to do it. And of course, for the younger generations that are coming up, like the Olive the Boy and Co., although they've gotten their hits records and all that, how are they able to stay relevant in this very, very, it keeps changing.
Look, rightly said. I mean, we live in an exponential world.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's moving fast. You know, and so preferences are changing fast. Charlie, people are listening to music, different kinds of music. Resilience is the word.
Okay.
You know, you have to be hard-headed.
Yeah.
And also you need to know where you are going.
Yeah.
If you know that, Charlie, this is what I want to achieve. This is how far I want to go with my career. Nothing will stop you. Sometimes as an artist, you are, especially a Ghanaian artist, you are forced to remain where you are for a very long time. But I believe in diversification. Diversify.
All right.
Please diversify. Even if you want to diversify within the same sector, it's fine. I say, as an artist, you can always, there's no retirement for a musician. You can always come back on the stage. Uncle Lebo Taylor is still performing actively, and he's in
JW is still on tour.
JW is touring. Lebo Taylor is touring. Pat Thomas is touring. I was in Paris, I saw Pat Thomas's flyer. You know, so these are great in the industry. I mean, the Yusundos, the Salif Katers and all of them, Richard Bona and all these people, they are still actively performing. Della Botry is actively performing. But the youngings, the moment they reach a certain age, the populace make them feel that...
We retire them.
We
start calling them
veterans. Veteran, old musician, former musician.
Former artist.
Former artist. I don't know where that comes from. But it all boils down to...
But has anybody referred you as a
so many
artist?
times.
How do you take it?
You see, the thing with me is that fame means nothing to me.
Okay.
At this point. And I thank God that I know God.
Okay.
I think my spirituality or my religious side has played a big role. Otherwise, it would have broken me, mentally. Yeah, mentally it would have broken me. So I always like to see myself like a dead goat.
Dead goat syndrome.
Dead goat syndrome. So yeah, like you say whatever. Otherwise, it would be difficult for me to go to church, buy food, do the normal things. And those things actually make you crazy.
Yeah.
The fact that you cannot be your normal self is what drives you crazy. Because then it places you at a place of loneliness, because you are forced to be like this high and mighty person. You always have to be in your room. You have to have some boys that will get things done for you or some...
But you go about your activities.
I do everything myself. I do everything myself. You know, like there's been times where if I'm running late, look, there was a time I was supposed to perform and sing the national anthem. At the Parliament House,
State House.
State House. Good, thank you. Banquet Hall. At the banquet hall.
State Banquet Hall.
And State Banquet Hall. And I was coming from Cape Coast.
Okay.
From an event. We get to Kasua and Charlie, the traffic is crazy. And you know, when there's an event and the president goes in, nobody goes in again.
Okay.
And nobody goes out.
Okay.
So they called me and I have to rush and said, like, you know what, forget. I took a bike. You know, I jumped on an Okada quickly and I went. So the team was like, Charlie, no, man. I said,
their brand.
But you see, the beautiful thing here is that I'm the one that's going to sing the national anthem. I'm singing the national, you know what that means?
Yeah.
I'm singing the national anthem whilst the president will be there. And that moment is what matters. It's not the moment on the bike.
How you got there.
How I got there. No, nobody cares about how I got there.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, do I want to sit in the traffic and wait and be late and miss that moment and disappoint?
Yeah, exactly.
Or I want to, so it's about priority.
Yeah.
It's about how you see yourself, where you want to get to. There will come a time where when the moment is ripe and is right, you may even be able to get a helicopter to come pick you. Chopper to come pick you. But until then, I mean, the available thing was a biker. Yeah. And you see, it was a good thing for the biker because I think they just overpaid him or something. Because he had to wait because he can't go out again. Yeah. You know, so sometimes we need the mind of God to understand certain things. Because fame, there's an Ejako Nimo song. Yeah. It's called Dabro Biewo. Go and listen to the intro of the song. Okay. It talks about fame. Wow. It talks about fame, it talks about power. And it's very powerful words that he used there. You know, so fame is like a wind. Yeah. It will come, it will blow. So if you want relevance, Charlie, learn to flow with the times. If you read a book of Ecclesiastes, it will teach you that there are seasons and times, and we have to flow with them. I mean, not to say that right now, dear, because I am this age or like this, so I want to stay true to yourself, but learn to also get acquainted with the times. Great.
All right, guys. This is the DJ, and I'm talking to Trigmatic. We are getting to know his music career, and of course, the other stuff that he's been up to. But Trig, let's talk about how you're able to balance music, farming, and the entrepreneurship stuff that you've been up to. How are you able to balance that? Because previously you were even on radio.
Yes.
Yeah. How are you able to do all these things?
So the truth is that I've always been like that. I was telling some people at my book launch that if I decide to write about my story, it will blow the minds of people, and it's coming. Okay, it's coming. I was working as an editor whilst still recording. I became the chief editor for a magazine, Sparks magazine, whilst I was recording my first mixtape. Yeah. So I've always been doing 2 jobs. Oh, okay. And I became a producer at a radio station whilst I was still pushing my music. Yeah. There was a time I was working as a salesperson for a clothing company, recording my music, still working for the magazine, and then later added being a radio producer. Yeah. When I was a radio producer and an online presenter at the same time. Even there are times where some jobs, they don't send me, but they send myself. Because I have a high survival instinct, which now gradually I've been able to convert it into thinking of wealth instead of survival. They're 2 different things. When you are always thinking about survival, you eat everything today. But then when you start thinking about the future, you focus on what to keep for the future or plan towards the future. So I think experience and life has taught me to always balance. When I was on radio, I was still doing my music, I would play shows. In fact, on radio, I was doing Monday to Friday and then come back to do Sunday in the morning. You know, so I've always been, I'm used to it. And if you're in my church, you will learn it.
There's a lot of responsibility.
Yes.
Okay, great. But of course, I want to come back a little to the music scene because some of you guys have been in the space, and of course, I speak to a lot of artists, and they tell me this. The people ahead of us are not helping us in terms of the fact that they always want us to reach out to them. Some of them are even shy and uncomfortable coming to reach out to you. Do you think the reason why, one, the young people, the young artists in this generation are finding it difficult to get these accolades and achievements and these plugs? Because we always miss out on the Grammys. First, it used to be BET, and now we moved to Grammy, and it looks like everybody wants Ghanaian artists to be well represented. Of course, we have Rocky there, but we feel like, we want to find out, we want to get our own people here too as well. Do you think there's not a good relationship and unity among the young and then the older folks?
I think there's lack of leadership,
okay,
understanding, and lack of mentorship.
Yeah.
And which is why I recommend my book,
okay,
The Lion's Aid.
The Lion's Aid.
You don't expect a mentor to call you.
Okay.
I mean, they owe you nothing. Same way you don't owe them anything. However, they've been where you want to be.
Yeah.
If I have a mentor, look, there's not one musician I'm close to who's ahead of me in terms of age, experience, that reached out to me. I always reach out to them.
Okay.
I met Uncle Akable at Otin's studio. He didn't come talking to me. I asked him, what is this style of high life called?
Okay.
What is this thing? We channel our curiosity to the wrong places.
Okay.
Your curiosity has to be about your craft. In some time past, I've had a lot of some of these gatekeepers, quote and unquote, who have done me a lot of bad. But
really?
they are still available. They are still there. So do I create an enmity between myself and them? What would that earn me? Nothing.
Yeah.
So I still go to them because I'm slowly heading towards where they are. And we are in Africa and we need to, I mean, it's not the best. And that's one thing about some of us young people that we don't, and when adults say, you get there, you get there. Don't wait for it to happen. Don't wait for it to. Be curious. Ask them questions because the things they know, you are yet to know. Sometimes you may even have the technology to do things faster and better. But technology is based on information. You know, so just get that information. I am friends with Papa Aka. When I meet Uncle Bessa, I know him. It doesn't necessarily mean I have to do what they do. But they know something.
That you take it
that,
and then you...
And when I met Uncle Dela, at the British Council, and I'm talking about the laboratory. Okay. He taught me in primary school. He taught me drumming and music and flutes. Yes. He taught me. So when I met him, I was like, and I didn't even know that he was the laboratory. I had heard about him. Okay. But I didn't know he was the one. And I realized that, he actually is the one. Okay. I took him like a father. And trust me, he opened my eye to something I didn't think I would need. Okay. But now is one of the things that
is helping you the most.
Yes, that's helping. As for Papa Aka, he's like my father. Yeah. You know, I try to be disciplined with time when it comes to like sound check and all these things. And he says he loves that about me and what have you. But when I'm sitting with him, he would drop something. This guitar line, and I learned all these things. But I started off just as a rapper. Yeah. I started off just as a rapper. Yeah. But I sit down today and I realize that what we have, or what we actually have, that we say this person is a rich person, are not the temporary things. Because if today I crash a car and it's gone, I've lost it. Yeah. But it's what is deeply rooted in me that makes me who I am. Yeah. My intellect, my intellect and the information I've gathered all this while. So if I think it's just, and we also have a culture of selfishness. We have a culture of disrespect. You see, Ghanaians were not like that. We were not like that, but over a period of time, and the media has supported this, and I blame you guys.
You're part of us.
Yeah, I mean, I blame all of us, the system. Why am I saying that? We made it normal to speak your mind. Me pesa me come on drink no.
Come
on drink. So we didn't take into consideration censorship, and we made that normal. Politicians were going at each other. So on the phone lines, this one goes, and then this one, and then it became normal. Serial caller. Then it became normal. And so you can have an artist that's coming up who's not had any big record, thinking that he's in competition with, maybe somebody who in his mind, the person is no longer relevant, so I don't need to go and look. I won't mention the name of any artist, but I remember there was a time I was going to perform a music, and an artist was brought to my house through my dancer, and long and short, he wanted me to sort of like mentor him, that kind of thing. And at the time I was very open. Now I'm a bit careful with who comes around me. And today he's one of your big guys. There's another that I took to all my shows, and I told him that, look, I don't want you to open for me. I will come and I will introduce you.
Wow.
So all the time when I'm performing, the middle of my set, I bring him on. We did shows together. This guy, the first guy I was talking about, anytime I meet any promoter or an agent that wants like a fresh artist or something, he's the first person that comes to mind. And it's not because I enjoy him. I don't care. If he likes it, he shouldn't call me. But I've come to place value on the relationship we have, because I see that he places value on that. So relationship and social capital is everything. So these guys need to be taught how to grow relationships. It's not like they are shy. They are not shy. Anybody that says I'm shy is not shy.
It's not shy.
It's just pride.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about the book that you launched some couple of days ago, The Lion's Eid. What inspired you to put something like this together, and does it have any connection with your music journey?
Not necessarily my music journey, but my spiritual side, and then also this issue we are talking about: mentorship, protege, relationship, leadership, and self-leadership. I realize it's lacking. I realize there's a gap when it comes to that area, and so it's very important that I've gathered some information or some knowledge on my life journey. Working with my pastor, so I shared a lot of personal maybe stories, but very inspiring ones, so that if you're a protege or you are an aide or an assistant, you will not feel like you're alone, or you not feel like it's less of a job, or people are not respecting you, or you have to sacrifice yours and follow somebody's dream. A lot of time I've come to realize that dreams might differ, but sometimes you have similar purposes. The end goal may not be the same, but sometimes the processes require that you connect with somebody. And so maybe God wants to teach you patience. He will give you a bad leader that will push you to the wall and make sure he breaks you and breaks you and breaks you.
But you're not good.
Then you would eventually, when you walk into your time, you will realize that people will try you over and over and over again, and you will be equipped enough to pass the test. But you will only be equipped if you are aware. So the book gives you that awareness.
Okay.
That maybe you have a problem with organizing a team or putting yourself together. You will find a leader that would always want to give you responsibility.
Okay.
And it is up to you as an aide to make sure the leader looks good.
Okay.
And so you have to do the work and do it well. And so all these things are captured in the book, and it will guide you through your own self-leadership, self-development.
Trig, how long did it take you to put this book together?
I'll say about a year.
Okay.
Not the writing. The writing took me about 6 months or 8 months. But it's the proofreading.
Okay.
Sorry. The proofreading and going back to the publishers, they coming back to me, take this out. Can we do this? This is how we want it to look like. That took the rest of the 3 months or 4 months. And yeah, so it took me about a year.
Is there any target audience?
People who love leadership.
Okay.
People who aspire to become leaders. People who are working with leaders. Leaders who would want to train a team, you know, can use this as a guide as well.
How is Lion Aid book storytelling different from storytelling in music?
It's the same.
It's the same.
It's the same thing. You want to, well, with music it's easier because there's melody.
Yeah.
You know, but then with this, you make it believable or acceptable. You have to communicate it having the mind of the reader at the same time being the writer, you know. So yeah, it comes with a bit more responsibility. You make sure what you are writing, so after you write, so what I was doing after each chapter, I pause and I read it again. It makes me feel, okay, if I was a reader, would I have? And then there's some chapters I send to certain people that I know are concerned about those areas.
Okay.
So once they read, they come back to me with a long list, and I learn to take critique. And so yeah, it's not exactly entirely different, but there are just a few dynamics.
Okay. Are there like you said, there are personal life experiences and stuff there?
Yes.
Anyone you would like to share with us?
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't capture that in the book.
Okay.
But you know, being an artist, being famous, and having to be with my pastor has taught me a lot of things. I revere not just him, but men of God, you know, as should be.
Yeah.
And whenever we go out, you know, when he buys stuff and when I choose to carry it.
Wow.
So sometimes he's also very modest. He's a very modest man. So it's like, oh, no, mommy, guitar. I was like, no. Let me hold it. You know, these things, I had to push myself to do it so I can learn humility. And those are some of the moments. There are times where you want to take a decision, like maybe you want to go somewhere. And at the same time, not too long ago, I had a show. I had a very important show.
The Osajifo night?
This was after the Osajifo night. And he wanted us to go to Cape Coast for his thing, for what he has to do.
Yeah.
And he said it was in the morning. So I said, okay. So I said, okay. So we went. On returning, I knew that we would meet traffic. And I was supposed to perform at 7. You know. But these are some of the sacrifices we learn to make. So when we got to Kasua, and he was feeling bad because I told him that. But I said, no, don't worry, Papa. At the end of the day, once we are in Accra and I know that this is Kasua, I can repeat my motto thing again. So don't worry. Worst case scenario, I'll take a bike. It's like, oh, no, you're forcing a call. Like I said, then again, if you have the mind of God, and sometimes you understand certain things. Because when we were able to come, by the time I was done and everything, I got to the place at 9. I ended up performing at 10. The people were not ready.
Okay.
You know, so sometimes we might be in a rush to do things our way, but then there's always that we need to create room to always ask God, is this what you want me to do? You know, come in, give me the patience.
Yeah.
And so as for the experiences, there are
Plenty
lots.
days,
Yeah, plenty. Like
All
even that sometimes, you know, you want to really date somebody and maybe your father or your boss saying,
They
oh,
are
this
like-
one, it will bring this, it will not. Are you going to listen to your emotions or
Wow.
you are going to...
We definitely have to grab a copy of this book.
Yes.
Where can we find it?
So just go on the website,
online.
www.trigmaticmusic.com.
Okay.
You will find, in fact, it's the first thing that pops up.
Okay.
So click, when it pops up, just click on the book
Okay.
or click on buy now, and it will take you to your payment page. Once you do the payment,
Okay. How much is it going for?
it's 100 CDs for the e-copy and
Okay.
150 CDs for
Well, I
the
think it's cool.
paperback. Yes.
So is there any
And
discount for students?
there will be, because we actually, in fact, for
Yeah.
the students, we're actually going to take it to them. From
Okay, there's
January,
a
we'll be doing, I'll
school
be going
tour.
on a tour.
All right.
So, yeah, if you're listening, you can
When was the
also
last time
reach
you
out
performed on campus?
on a university campus. Any
Yeah.
kind of campus that has been a while.
That's right.
It's
The
been
way
a
you say you're going to go, I was like, hey, you don't be now.
No, it's been a while. In
Yeah,
fact,
a lot of them listen to you, and I'm sure they don't know the face.
yes,
Many of these
yes,
young people in high schools and all that. So
I
yeah,
yeah, but this the tour that's coming up is going to be a good one.
yeah,
Hopefully, it will get me back into their minds.
yeah.
And I mean, the intention is not really for that.
But if it
For
comes
me,
in,
I want them to grab the wisdom before they come out to the job market,
yeah.
and come out to their homes and all of that.
Yeah. Anybody who is going to grab a copy of this book, what do you want the person to learn from this book?
Leadership. Leadership and the art of following.
Okay.
Following is actually very, very beautiful, depending on how you see it.
Yeah.
If you see it as a form of slavery, you will
Yeah.
always feel like a slave.
Yeah.
But if you see it as something that's in line with your purpose, if you see it as something that's enjoyable, you will always enjoy it.
Trig, is this going to be a one-time thing, or we're going to get you
No,
books?
there's actually going to be another one that's coming, hopefully
Okay.
in March. It's called Gem to Gems.
Wow.
It's on the music industry.
Okay.
So it's about our music
All
industry.
right. We'll be looking forward to
Yeah,
that.
the dark side and the things people wouldn't learn to hear. But
We'll be looking forward to that. But I've got like some 20 quick fire questions for you.
Let's go.
I want us to play this game quickly. Which artists, or I mean local or international, would you love to collaborate with, and why?
Whoa. Well, I'd love to record with Jacob Banks
Okay.
because I love his style of music. I'd love to record with Salif Keita. I pray that comes to pass. Salif Keita, Richard Bona, Sidiki Diabate. In Ghana, I would have loved to record with Jack Onimo.
Okay.
I'd love to. I've already done something with Ebo Taylor.
Okay, it's not
with
out yet.
Uncle Ebo. It's out. It's actually out.
Are they embedded in the albums?
Most of my songs are.
In the album,
Yes.
because one of my favorite songs from, I don't know which album, but this one, I know the tune. I think Jazz Riala on.
Yes.
I
that
mean, from
is.
Monteke.
Yes,
I just
yes.
love that song. It's
So,
very, very.
so Riala would have been one of the artists,
Yeah.
but I've recorded with Riala already.
Okay.
We are putting things together to work with Atongo, and so I would take that out.
Okay.
But yeah, these are the names.
What's that one song or project that you are very, very proud of, and why?
Wow, the Eighth Elements.
That album.
The Eighth Elements because it pushed me to create songs I never thought I would.
Okay.
You know, something like what you
I just
mentioned,
yeah,
Jane
that's
Chakimo.
Jane Chakimo. Yes. Jane
It's that album. I don't know, man. Like it really, and you know, because of how recording each track went, like
Yeah.
it's been difficult trying to do another like that. Even though I have beautiful and amazing songs on my new project, I think Eighth Element really, really, really is a beautiful work of art.
Which of your songs do you think best describe your artistry work?
Jane Chakimo.
Exactly, I think
Yeah,
that song
Jane
is
Chakimo,
really,
yeah.
really. Which Ghanaian legend or artist influence you, your music the most?
Ghanaian legend,
Yeah.
Ebo Taylor. Ebo Taylor, Akable, In fact, I actually do love Rexoma.
Wow.
Rexoma, Ebo Taylor, Kable, Rexoma. If you listen to some of Rexoma's records, you would realize that he was very futuristic.
Okay.
Yeah. You take your time and go here. So I've mentioned these three. Daddy Lumba, I could have missed that. Daddy Lumba and for now,
Studio,
I love Kodrenchi.
Studio session or live performance, which one do you prefer?
Live performance.
Okay.
Live performance.
If you could perform anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Anywhere in the world?
Yeah.
Charlie. Maybe Asia, any of the Asian countries.
Okay.
Maybe China.
Why?
Because I'd want to see their reaction to my song. My songs. Yeah, because there are other, I mean, I've performed in Europe, I've performed in most of the other places, so I haven't done anything performance-wise in Asia.
Okay.
Yet.
So high life or
High
hip hop?
life.
Which one? High life. All right. What's the most random thing you do before a performance?
Most random?
Yeah.
Pray.
Okay. Okay.
Pray or drink water. Pray and drink water.
What's the most memorable performance moment in your career so far?
My performance at the Hague African Music Festival recently.
Yeah.
I'm sure I have other ones, but that's the one I remember. You know, just the reaction from the crowd and when they were singing back to some of the songs or the choruses. You know, I love audience participation, so it felt good.
All right. I'm trying to give you tough questions.
Yeah,
what's the most embarrassing thing you ever Googled?
I ever did or could do?
Googled.
Oh, Googled. Most embarrassing thing. I don't remember.
You don't remember? Yeah. All right. What's the worst pickup line?
Worst pickup line? Charlie, I'm a straight shooter. I don't know if it's worse, but I can say things like, I just go straight, like, you know, I want you to be my girl. Yeah. I don't talk plenty, like, you know.
If you could invent a new holiday, what would it be celebrating?
World High Life Day.
Okay. All right. What's the one thing that you will never reject, even if you are angry?
Money.
So, what's the one thing that the fans don't know about you?
What's the one thing?
The fans don't know about you.
Charlie. One thing fans don't know, I'm a very lovable person. I think that one they know.
They know, yeah, calm, cool.
Okay, maybe what they don't. I'm very hard. Yeah, I'm very, very hard. Like, like Mitimu Yesun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't talk much, everything in your head is a hard guy.
Yeah. I can really do something to you, but you won't see it coming.
Yeah, I see that. Those people, they will fear them.
Yeah.
Is it possible to succeed in Ghana without knowing any influential person?
Oh, it is. Yes, it is. But eventually, you will get tired, but it's possible. I'm sure people have made it without knowing influential people.
Biggest lie you've ever told?
Biggest lie? Like, me, my own will be about compliments. Maybe I know that this one ain't cool, but I'll say, oh, Charlie, hey, Charlie, you look good, oh. But I know that. But I don't really see myself like lying for something. No, but maybe I like to give unnecessary compliments. So, like, Charlie, you're seeing the papo, but meanwhile, in my mind, hey, Charlie, you're seeing this.
The final one, your ex texted you, I'm dating someone better than you, reply in 3 words.
Good luck.
Okay, that's true.
That's two. wish you luck. All the best.
All the best. Trig, thank you very much for joining us on the show. I really enjoyed every moment we shared you on the show. The book is available on your platform,
Trigmaticmusic.com.
Of course. Trig, music-wise, I mean, you had Osaje Full Night as well.
Yes.
At the Alliance Française. This is the second edition or third edition?
Third edition. We're going to do the fourth edition.
Great.
You want me to give information on things that's happening?
And what do you have installed? I mean,
well, music-wise, there's an EP coming.
Okay.
I don't know if we are still calling it Love from Josie, but there's an EP I recorded in South Africa.
Wow.
For now, go online, check my records with Azana from South Africa. The spelling is Azaana, Trigmatic, featuring Trigmatic on Awusashu. It's in their language. Alikoto with Ravgam is also a South African feature with Ravgam. Samachekeche with Intunzi is also South African feature.
You're not doing collaborations with us.
I haven't recorded with our people in a while.
Yeah, done with us, eh?
Not really, but not really. It just hasn't happened. But check out my latest single, Ghana Yo. It's featuring Nebo Taylor and Esvila from South Africa. And Esvila is has over 30 million views on a track. He has a track called Jehovah. It's very big in South Africa. And then the producer is Epic Minds. I have songs with Epic Minds as well, featuring a Cameroonian singer. A lot of stuff done in Africa. I have a new single that will be out. It's featuring, it's called Pretty Bad. It's featuring Azawi from Uganda.
I know her.
Yeah. So it's featuring Azawi. We recorded that in Uganda. It was a beautiful
You're
recording.
not doing us. You're not recording with us. Why are you not recording with us? Is it that we...
because I've stayed out longer in other African countries in the last 2 years.
Oh, really?
I think I'll only come to Ghana maybe a few weeks.
Why?
But I'll be... Oh, because work takes me there. And so I find myself there. And when I'm there, I decide to work there.
Okay.
You know, so yeah, that's just it. That's just it. And then African Music Business Dialogue, which is part of the events I do in a year, is also coming in March next year. I think the
first one happened in 2022, right?
Yes, happened in 2022. We did Zambia 2023, and then we did Ghana again this year in March. So next year, March, it's coming again. I'm hoping to get some crazy resource people this time. And so...
Corporate Ghana.
Yeah, look out for this one. Yes, Corporate Ghana, we're calling out to you. Because the creatives need training.
The education.
Education is very, very important. Yeah. So that's coming. And then there will be an album.
So there'll be an EP, there'll be an album. Wow, you're working.
Yes, so
you're working. You're all over the place. Yes. I might see you do some couple of performances as well.
Yes.
But is it difficult getting features among your people here in Ghana? I mean, trying to get a feature around.
Well, it depends on who you want to work with.
Yeah, of course. I mean, generally, is there a general sentiment?
It's not difficult for me.
Okay.
But I do hear people say, they try to call so and so, and the thing is that me, I don't really like to feature. So if I call you and I would rather chase a musician. I'd rather chase a musician than a vocalist.
Okay.
You know, because most of the times I want my things played live. So I'd rather chase that lead guitarist, chase the bass guy, chase the drummer, than to chase the vocalist. Because for a vocalist, even if you take 10 years,
you can
yes, exactly. Right. So yeah.
Do you ever see yourself entering into politics?
You're talking about
leadership.
These few months, that's all I've been hearing. Yeah. Like they say, you can't. Unfortunately, you can't get to governance without going through politics. And so, if that has to be the way, I mean, I love to serve. I love to serve. Like, I have so much, I get very passionate when it comes to things that have to do with our sector. Yeah. You know, because sometimes I feel like all the things I've gone to learn is to be able to put it to use. Yeah. You know, and to put it to use, you need a position.
Exactly.
You know, even though I don't believe in positional leadership, I believe that you lead everywhere or anywhere you get
that
the opportunity
change, you need that place.
Exactly. So, yes, it's something I'd like to experiment if I get the opportunity to. But my main goal will be to impact. You know, because when you look at some of the programs that I've done, is all about leadership.
Yeah.
You know, even with the Matic Music Club, I was giving out sorry when I wasn't gaining any returns.
Yeah.
You know, but the idea was to train young musicians and give them the education that they need. And it's a program that's been running. Through the program, schools have gained libraries and what have you. And so it doesn't come to me, it goes to them.
Okay.
So it's all parts of...
All right. Is farming lucrative?
It is. In fact, farming is just one aspect of it. Agribusiness. And I love that President-elect John Mahama is saying that he's going to
invest into
agribusiness because it is the bed on which economies lie.
Okay.
It's huge. Just yesterday, I was telling somebody that, look, and the person was talking about real estate. I said, yeah, it's good. And I was like, bro, but every day we eat. And agribusiness, you are the chain is long.
Okay.
We're looking at people who are into processing.
Yeah.
We're looking at the packaging. With agribusiness, it's all inclusive.
Yeah.
Because if right now my crop is ready, and I'm able to process it into something, maybe powdered pepper, I'll need a graphic designer to design labels for me. I'll need somebody who does containers. I'll buy my containers. And so everybody benefits from that value chain or along the value chain. You know, there's benefits everywhere. And so you can't lose it when it comes to agribusiness instead of farming. Farming is just one side of agriculture.
All right. Is it difficult? Like
it is difficult.
Is it challenging?
It comes with responsibility, high level of responsibility. You need commitment. You need time. You need patience. It will teach you. It will teach you.
Because most of the young people want to get into it, but then we are always
I would say
about
do
it.
your research and then find what best suits you. Do your research and also look for things that are in demand. You know, things that, you know, like cassava, pepper, onions. These are things you know that we use.
You know, go buy them right now.
Yeah, so, and anytime people are doing business, they think about the buying and
The
how
big
fast
money.
it will
They
go.
want big money.
Take your time. Yeah, take your time. Think through it. Think through, find a market that you think and what you want to give to the market. Look out for the problems and be the solution. That's where the money, where the money will be.
Wow. So it's huge. We all learn around it.
Because in Europe and other countries, they are looking at they are looking at processing. Because they are moving fast. So I won't have time to come and cut my onions. So will you do cut onions? Will you do cut fruits? Will you do, you know, so if you are able to create convenience, then you will start tapping into money.
All right. Great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Trig, we really learned a lot, and of course, I'm sure the viewers at home have also learned a lot. I wish you all the best in everything that you do.
Thank you.
We are hoping that when you drop the new records, I mean, the EP, any new developments with regards to your brand, let us know so that we can also activate and push it here. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us on the show today. It's awesome coming your way. Interesting conversation with the man Trig. And we'll catch you same time next week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.